Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over a couple of things. We're going to be going over the War of Champions announcement that quite a lot of people have been waiting on, and we're also going to be trying to clear up some of the confusion around the Bear Paw tokens event. Still, on my live stream yesterday I got asked pretty much non-stop, I think someone will be able to make it? They're not calculating how many Bear Paw tokens they can really get. I'm still seeing it on my Discord. Even today, we're going to be going over that first, and we're going to jump across to the Walking Dead blog just to get the full source of the information here. Now, I did do a video on this previously, and it was clarifying all the tokens that you're going to be getting from this event. It says 10 Bear Paw tokens from a Bear's Journey login mission, 20 Bear Paw tokens from the 5 Bear Story roadmaps. We've had 4 of these so far. There's 4 of these Bear Paw tokens per roadmap. We've got the 5th to come, so we know there's at least 4 more on the way. We have sourced also 11 event-related Bear Paw tokens. It says 1 in a Hunter's Log event, 3 in the Aftermath event, 1 in the Allegiance event, and 6 in the Wayland's Forge event. Hunter's Log and Aftermath have actually completed and finished. Then it says Allegiance and Wayland's Forge, which are ongoing right now. You can still get your hands on these if you so need to. And there is an extra one right now for the Walk Ahead stash, which isn't in here, but you can see at the end it says you can expect to source 1 to 3 more Bear Paw tokens through gameplay over the last 2 weeks of the event. So potentially there's 1 to 2 more tokens coming on top of what we know of so far. And if we go back to in-game, you can easily see what you can get still. You go to your missions, event tab, and in Wayland's Forge, if you haven't completed the Wayland's Forge event, there are 6 in here. You need to get 3 Champions tickets to complete one of the Wayland's Forge museum collections, and it gets you 2. And then you've got to spend 150,000 armory tokens. Now, I do realize some people don't have a level 20 armory, so actually can't spend armory tokens. This is a big oversight by Scopely, and hopefully they implement something where people can either spend armory tokens, like at least 5-star weapons, or I don't know, because at the moment it's an issue if they're going to gate things based on armory tokens, and I think it's just an oversight. They probably just don't even realize at this point, but it is definitely an issue because there are people, like I said, who don't have a maxed out armory, so can't spend armory tokens at all. Then if we go back into the event missions, you can scroll through. You can see the Allegiance event. If you completed all of that, which was pretty quick, you just have to hire faction supporters. I think it was 84 times in total, which you could complete in like a day and a half. And as you can see, you get 1 from this. The login event, you're going to get 2 on day 29, and then you're also going to get 2 more on day 33 of the login event. So there's at least 4 more to come for the majority of people here. If you have missed days, this is where it's going to maybe become an issue for you, because these 4, which I'm going to get, for instance, and I've already got Brutus, I'm going to be able to spend on a different character. If you're still needing them for Brutus and you haven't logged in, let's say you've missed like 3 or 4 days, you could be in trouble, and I'm going to go ahead and say you're potentially in trouble here. And then if you check the roadmap, you'll see that there isn't a 5th roadmap just yet. Bear Story 3, once that completes in the 4 hours and 44 minutes, or however much time there is left once this video is out, probably around 3.5 hours, then the 5th one should drop. And like I say, it should have 4 on there. These ones both had 4 on there. You obviously need the hives to complete that, but you should have been stacking up on the hives since completing the other roadmaps. We have been able to get hives from various places in the game, including arenas, which is pretty cool. As you can see, like, it just popped up. But if you did 4 attacks in arenas or 5 attacks in arenas, you've got 40 hives, and that's all your free attacks, which is not too bad at all. On top of that, there is the Walk Ahead stash. You have to complete the entire Walk Ahead roadmap to guarantee yourself this token, but you can get it early. But you get 10 pulls on the stash, and if we go to the stash itself, you'll see as long as you do 10 pulls, you'll get everything in here. I've got 6 more to do, and it's guaranteed to get it. On a 10 pull, you're going to 100% get it. As long as you complete that roadmap, it is 600 energy to complete that roadmap. It is 60 energy per day, so it is quite a lot of energy, but I think you get an energy can maybe 7 times from doing the Allegiance roadmap, so you're getting energy cans from somewhere at least. In here as well is some nice extra cards, which we have gone over and talked about, but the Bear Paw token is what a lot of you do want. Now, if you are still missing tokens at this point, I'd say if you calculate all those tokens together, add them to your total right now, and if you're at 39, I think you're probably going to have a chance to get 1 more at least. But if you're sitting at like 37, you could potentially pick up an offer. I have picked up offers myself. There are offers for the coins here, or whatever they're called, the walk ahead tokens. There is a starter pack. I think it's a bit cheaper than this offer just here, and it gives you enough to do a temple. You can complete that stash multiple times. There is also a featured crate, which I have also purchased, and it was an RNG crate where it could give you up to 10 pulls on that, but it also could give you gear markers, so it was a bit RNG there. There is this crate right here, where it does give you a 50-50, as you can see. Bear Paw token and hives. So you get 50-50 chance here. And if I go to the actual section of the event, you can see you can actually buy individuals, RNG packs, multiples of 3, 7. It really depends how much you miss. Brutus is a very good character. I have done a little playthrough, a little gameplay guide of him, and he is very powerful. So if you are far behind and you are willing to spend, you could see yourself like thinking that is willing to spend for. It's a guaranteed character. It could be worth it for you. So simply put, do the calculations and you can get yourself your own bear, as I've got on the left hand side. He is at tier 3 level 1. I'm going to be leveling him up slowly but surely, and you can get your hands on your bear. Make sure you do the calculations before you start spending your Bear Paw tokens elsewhere. It's pretty easy to calculate. All of the stuff that's available to you is known, bar maybe 1 to 2 tokens. But you can, if you can make it right now with the 8 extra that's guaranteed to come from login and from the next roadmap, then you know you're safe. Next up, we have a War of Champions 4 announcement. It is a very small announcement, as you can see. It literally just says War of Champions 4 is coming, pretty much. Peace, or what passes for it these days, has been here for too long. It's time to decide which faction reigns overall in the ultimate show of force, the War of Champions. We'll be sharing more info and details about the event and related region transfers in the near future. In the meantime, consider yourself warned. War of Champions 4 will be coming this November. To tide you over, we'll be sending out a free gift and special announcement offers. Keep an eye out in-game. Rally your faction and muster your fighters. It's time to gear up and get ready for the next War of Champions. So, as you can see, simply put, War of Champions will be starting in November, and that'll probably be when the first qualifier starts. Otherwise, the qualifiers would have pretty much have had to start already, and the transfers would have had to start already. So, I'm assuming it'll be like a qualifier in November, maybe one qualifier in December, another qualifier in January, and then like War of Champions will be in like February or March. That's my guess. Or they could do 4 qualifiers and then World Champions is in like March or April. So we'll have to wait and see with more announcements, but it does there's going to be another transfer window coming up for people to move into 1A if they want to actually compete in World Champions, or move out of 1A if they want to just get a little bit of that peace that I was talking about at the top. So that's it on the Bear Paw tokens and the info when it comes to World Champions. I think the Bear's Journey event has actually been pretty good overall. Brutus was, in the end, very much a free-to-play character. I think they could have done it better at the beginning. That announcement they did with the tokens and how many would get in certain places like I showed you before, definitely should have been there at the beginning, like I said in the previous post about this. And hopefully in a future event, they actually do release that information. I know this was a harder character to come by, but he is quite good. So I don't mind it being a bit more difficult to come by a character, but let's just at least calm your community down a little bit, hopefully in the future when it comes to these sort of events, just because everyone was just so anxious constantly that they just didn't think they were going to make it. And I saw a handful of players just stop playing because they just thought, I'm not going to make it, I'm going to be behind, what's the point, etc. And it's just not even worth it. Why lose players over something just so minuscule? But do give me your thoughts on the Bear Paw token event. Do you think it's gone well? Do you think there's things they could have improved on? Let me know in the comments. And also about War of Champions 4, is it something that you want to take part in? Are you avoiding it at all costs? Like I said, comments down below, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.